Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugger and I am coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. Man, I was inactive last week, wasn't I? Can't let that happen too often. And I don't plan to. So we're going to continue on with our career. You're going to be seeing more Binding of Isaac Rebirth coming. I have that completely planned. Sadly, it doesn't look like I'll be able to do Far Cry 4. I'm going to go more in depth on a vlog that I'm going to do, and it will be posted either before or after this video. That's just how it is, and I'll explain why after, but we're not going to let that get us down completely. There are things I might be able to pull off still, and hey, this channel's been about Euro Truck mostly, so that's what I'm going to keep doing, right? So I forget what we were going to take as our next job, because we are actually in Africa. Oh, price per distance, right? We want the most efficient price per distance, right? Yes, that is what we have, I think. Okay. I could go back up that way and take the across into Greece there, or we could just go to Gabe's. It doesn't look like too bad of a trip either. What about this one? 17,000, 1340. That's not a big difference, and it looks like a really big trailer. This one's heavier though, so this one's going 872. This one, I don't know how much these ferry trips are, how far they are. God. Do I want this? It basically comes down to, do I want this tanker or this tanker? And I think I'm going to go with this tanker just because it's important delivery and it's high value cargo, which means I'll get more experience out of it. This wouldn't be bad either because it's fragile. It has an ADR, but it's still standard. So, you know, I'm going to go with this one. No, this one. Sorry. We're going to take that tanker. Now, I will be saying this for a while. You will see a jump in the game at some point. I'll try and do it like at a light or something. Approximately every 15 minutes into the game is really what I'm going for. As long as my... oops, forgot we had the brake on. As long as my frame rate gets low, which it does. So that's just how it's going to be. And there's not much I can do about it. But it'll help take care of those unsynced sounds. Oops, I had to look away for a moment. And as I said before, I'm really most likely going to be maintaining uploading at 30 frames per second, just because even when I'm not having bandwidth issues, which I still am right now, even when I'm not having bandwidth issues, I don't have the bandwidth to upload a 60 frames per second video. I'm going to try and render it. I mean, I could try and render it for 60 frames, but I don't even record at 60 frames on most games. So it actually would be, I don't know if it would work, recording at an average of 35 to 50 frames and then rendering at 60. I don't know if it would work. I don't have the rig. I don't have the bandwidth right now. You know, I don't make enough money in my personal life, and my YouTube channel is it's gotten a lot better than when I started doing this, but it's let's just put it this way. It's not BizSnap, Northern Lion, Maximilian, you know, anything like that, where it actually is their job, you know? Where it's their job to, you know, they do it full time, the beacons on. They do it full time, you know, so they upload multiple videos a day, and they're like on cable with, you know, 5 megs up, which, you know, if I make enough money, if I ever get popular enough, I will gladly switch back to Time Warner for the extra bandwidth, and I will, you know, upload more videos and make it more full time, and who knows, I'll get enough money, get a rig strong enough to record at 60 frames. You know, that'd be a dream for me, but for now, I'm hoping staying in the dinosaur age of doing 30 frames per second on a mid-range rig is enough. You know? A lot of people still seem to like it. I still get plenty of subscribers. I just wish I knew what they were subscribing for. Because I've got so many different games uploaded on my channel. I've got League, I've got Binding of Isaac, I've got Diablo, you know, plus my main games, which I am disappointed. I'm not sad or angry about not being able to do Far Cry 4. I'm just very, very disappointed. I have tried to get Gift of Games on Reddit to help me, but you know, no luck. And I can't take out a loan. Where'd he come from? Oh, well, that's my fault, but it doesn't look like I got... I don't know if I got ticketed for it or not. I'm talking too much, and I apologize. Well, no. For hitting the car, that's completely unprofessional of me, which I almost did twice. I did take damage for that, though. The truck is damaged. I wonder if my trailer's damaged. Well, we'll find out when we get there. But, oh, I need to start my timer. Here we go. But, I've already got a loan out on our loans that I had to take for other things. And I've ended up spending more than I thought I would out of the loan I took, or I would have taken more. And I would have bought Far Cry 4, but sadly that's not what ended up happening. So it's just really disappointing to me. You know, I was really looking forward to doing a celebration of the first game I ever did in full on my YouTube channel, being Far Cry 3, by doing Far Cry 4, but what can you do, you know? What can you do? I don't know if I'm losing speed or not. Yeah, actually I am. I should really be in the other lane. I mean, this road is not going to turn into an off-ramp anytime soon, so there's no reason I shouldn't be in the proper lane. So, in my EVE gameplay, I have finally made a choice. I've been on the ropes about it for a while, but something, or a few somethings happened today being Sunday for me, that kind of pushed me over the edge of making the decision, and I am taking my character from one of the more fun corps in the game, and that's Brave Newbies, part of Hero, and I am moving him to where my alts are. I'm putting basically all my eggs in one basket, I guess you could say. And I'm moving him. It's a renter corp, so I'm basically becoming the dreaded and hated renting Care Bear in nullsec, but The reality is, once I sat down and looked at it, I spend more time on Mumble with my, or what was my alt characters corporation, and doing things in that corporation than I did on my main. To the point where everyone was saying, "Oh, you're bringing your alt over." It's like, no, technically it's my main because I spent so much time on my alts. So it just, at this point, made sense to bring him over, you know? Oops. Let's watch that speed a little bit there, Geronimo. We use the cruise control and see if it can hold. Because we got these long sweeping hills, these long rolling hills. So it may not hold, but it might. They're not too bad usually. As we slowly transition into the night. The only thing that kind of bothers me here is the distance of this trip. It's not very far. So I was 850. So I'm looking at going about 425 because I'm pretty sure I can't go the full 850. I am a little worried about resting, but I think I would have to rest anyways. So resting at the halfway point, I think it will be fine. But on this road, there's no telling where my rest stops are going to be, so it may not come out as that convenient, you know. But being on this side of the road, you can see a little bit more of my frustration when it comes to being in Africa, driving on the road along the water. You see all these cruise ships out in the water, and that just would never happen, ever. And I really feel like it's something that, you know, there should be something done about it, but it's still great for the truck sim map. I've got to download the new Jazzy Cat stuff. He has a new traffic mod out and a new trailer mod out, and I haven't downloaded either one, and I'll probably do them at the end of the week. I'll download them. I have a few trucks set for Truck Showcase. Things I'm looking at already that look really good. Truck Showcase, I tell you guys, it's been difficult. Like I've said before, there hasn't been any really good mods out there. I took a look at a couple mods that were recently updated, and I had hopes for them, the K100 and the Kenworth Long, but both of them had the same issue. They would just basically shiver. You know, they would constantly shake because I guess the game couldn't figure out how they were supposed to sit. Whoever did the update did a really shitty job on the physics or something. And when you were at a standstill, they would just constantly shudder like they were dancing around on the tires. And it was like, no. And then other mods that came out, the mods kind of looked really good, but when you read about them, the people who have already tried them, got to them before I did, they all said the same thing. As, you know, geez, this mod's just, it's terrible, you know. It's just really, you know, crappy, and I don't know how slow or fast I'm supposed to be going. I'd rather not get a ticket. I know it said 120 at one point, but I'd rather not risk it. I'd rather slow down and lose momentum. So, yeah. Besides, we get some sharp corners here that I think deserve for me to be slower anyways. Oh, no, that's not gonna work. Hopefully we don't lose too much money on that collision when we go to repair the truck. You know, because we're struggling to keep ahead of the bank payments right now. Yes, I get 17,000, but then there's fuel to pay for, repairs, and then the bank loan inevitably comes in, which takes 5,000 right off. So let's say this is just 18,000 for argument's sake. So now we're down to 13,000 minus fuel if I have to fuel up, which right now I have to fuel up at least like once a trip. So that's another whatever, could be 2,000 or 3,000. So we go from 13, 12, you know, we go about 10,000 for the trip. And that's just not a lot to go on, you know, and then repairs. And repairs are going to be a little bit more expensive this time because I wasn't paying attention on that corner. And we end up bouncing off that car pretty damn hard. But I know my renter core is actually fairly happy to have me bringing over my third account because he's more PvP focused, and we're starting to kind of get to the point where we can defend against people who come in. Sadly, the new expansion from Eve didn't shut down Black Ops drops as much as it could have, but there's still things like there's this one guy, he likes to sign and win a single Black Ops battleship. And with my new, with my guy there, I have what's known as a prophecy. And the prophecies are very, very tanky ships that are really good at what they call neuting other ships, energy neutralizers. And what I can basically do is shut down all the energy in the ship that I target, and they become virtually defenseless. You know, they can't turn on any other defense mods. They can't shoot any weapons. You only have to worry about drones. And it's, you know, a really brutal ship to deal with if you're, you know, something big or slow, or it's really strong against what's known as T3 cruisers in the game. If it can get up on a T3 cruiser, it can neutralize it without an issue. And it's really, really tanky. It can take a ton of damage. So I'm really happy, you know, I'm really happy with it. And so that'll be a definite asset. Plus I have other armor tanked ships, and a lot of them are EM, thermal damage. There's 4 types of damages in the game. There's EM, thermal, explosive, and kinetic. And most people tank up for kinetic where my renter corp is, because, well, that's the damage that most ships in there deal. Because most people are in there, you know, killing NPCs. The NPCs in that particular area are weak to kinetic, so they use kinetic, and so people that come into PvP tank heavily against kinetic. Not to say that some, you know, don't tank against all damages, but they're, you know, they tend to be heavier against kinetic. Well, most of my ships do EM and thermal, so they might just be more effective. Plus I have larger ships and I have better skills at using them. I use battle cruisers basically across the board, and I use, like, you know, I was saying, I use battle cruisers across the board, and Oops. I didn't mean to do that. But actually, it's alright. I should, like, manual the throttle now because we're coming into a curvy area. I forget what I was talking about, but... Oh, yeah, I remember. I can fly battle cruisers across the board. I'm pretty good with all of them. And, you know, they're all fairly powerful. I should really slow down. Once you start seeing street lights, it's usually a good idea to slow down a little bit. But, they're good fit. They can take, you know, take a lot of damage. They specialize in some stuff, so, you know, it'll just be good. And I may not use him that much for ratting because, well, just because. And I may just have him sit in a PvP ship. Just in case, you know, someone gets caught, I can try and go and help break them free. Not paying attention, and I trailered right into the edge there. I know it's been a while, but I shouldn't have made that kind of mistake. I really shouldn't have made that kind of mistake. I don't know, is this going to be a short video this week? I mean, I'm not going to make it all the way. I'm just not. Even though I'm close to halfway. I'm just about halfway on my stamina bar. So I actually think I'm going to look for a rest stop at this point. Get some rest, and I may just cut the video really short today. Just for that reason. I'm going to increase how far I can drive. I'm going to increase that. I want to do one more fuel efficiency, and then I'll max out on my distance to drive. And then once I get that maxed out, I'm going to go back to fuel efficiency. But I want at least one more point in fuel efficiency. But right now, you know, no rest spots. And technically, I've still got 50 kilometers to go. A little less than 50 now, but 50 kilometers to go before I should, you know, rest. I've already passed the 15-minute mark of where I should try and do a break, but I haven't had much of an opportunity yet. And like I said, as close as I am, I may desync sound-wise a little bit. And the desyncing may not actually be as bad. I know part of the problem I was having is I didn't clean my computer all last month. I didn't dust it out, and I have to dust it every month. I didn't dust it every month, so I was actually, it was running a little hot, and it would take longer to load stuff and all that. So that looks like a possible rest stop up ahead. It's a little early, but I need fuel anyways. So this is probably going to be the end of this episode. I know it's short. It's going to be about 20 minutes. Between, we'll say, 17 and 20 minutes, but still. Is it? Oh, it's F7. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. 2% on the trailer, 10% on the truck. Ow. That's gonna be costly. Wow. 2% on the trailer is not too bad, but 10% on the truck? Yeah, that's gonna... oh well. that's what you get for not paying attention. And I'm the type of guy, I want to roll with it, you know. I made the mistake. I got to pay for it. All right, folks. So that's going to be me done for this episode. Like I said, I know it's short, but for the sake of keeping everything symmetrical in terms of days for me and the trip, then I'm just going to keep it short, this one and the next one. Hopefully the video after will be better. But until then, this is going to be One Big Bug. I'm going to be signing out.